Hello, you're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I was having a look around on Pinterest to get some inspiration today, and I came across a lovely card which is by Leanne Greff, where she had used some scraps, and that's what I was interested in today because I had a lot of scraps left over from cards I've been making lately. So let's get on and show you what I've done. So I'm starting off with a piece of cardstock that measures 5.5 by 4 1/8, and this is the size of a mat that is placed onto the normal A6 size card that is used in Britain for Stampin' Up cards normally. Now I probably won't make that size card in the end, but I'll start with that. Now what I like to do is get one of my really fine pencils and a ruler. Now you can start this as far up from the bottom as you like. You can actually do the whole page if you want. You don't have to leave a bit at the bottom. But I'm going to put a greeting on, so I am. Now I'm just going to move it up. Now this ruler is, I think it's about 1.25 inches wide, and that measurement isn't critical, but I think that's probably, you know, I'm going to come up a tiny little bit at the bottom just to leave a little bit more. Now I want to find the center mark. This is 4 1/8 as we mentioned, so half of 4 1/8 will be 2, and then one of these, which is a 16th. So if I just put a pencil mark there, that's all we need. I just need the center. And then we've got our assortment of strips. Now this is from the Lights Aglow 6-inch paper pad. Now you will have seen me using this on several cards before, and that's where all the scraps came from. There's still some left, but I chose those that were round about 1/2 inch. Some of them were about 1 inch and I cut them in half. So this is what I'm going to be using today. So I'm going to start off with a black and a red. Now what you need to do is start from that point. Now I'm going to take a black one and place one of the points onto that pencil mark, okay, and just place it lightly there. Then I'm going to take the red and I'm going to butt it up just to get that that meeting there. But as you can see, this isn't a very good angle, so just pivot them together around until you get something similar. All right, it doesn't matter if it's not spot on, it really won't matter, okay, but get them so that you're making like a right angle here, if you can see what I mean. And then I'm going to take my Tombow, which I put in these bottles because I find that easier to work with, and then I'm going to pop some glue on the back of here. Now, as always, don't go crazy with the glue. You want enough, but you don't need, you know, too much. You don't need so much that it's going to squeeze out of the sides and make a mess. Remember, this is only paper and card. And then I'm going to put glue on this one. Now I've put my finger and thumb there so I know how far to go up. Now you can stick your papers together so that there's no gaps at all if you wish. That looks fine, but I've done it both ways, and it does look better if you leave a little white gap between them, okay? Now, the next thing to do is turn your card over and cut off those bits hanging off, okay, because you will be able to use these again. So you can use either side of your designer series paper. That's completely up to you how you do this. I've also got some green, so yeah, these are going to be long enough. So I'm going to take a green, and again I'm going to leave a little line there, button it up there, and going to put it up this way. Now it's up to you whether you put the glue on the strip itself or on the cardstock. I've tried both ways, and for me I found it easier to put the glue on my paper, but by all means experiment and work out the best way for you. So you just carry on in this manner, and as you can see I haven't got this equal. It's fine, the effect will still look good. And I like to use my bone folder to just press these down and get the glue spread out behind. So I'm going to come in with this. This as a whole sheet I'm not keen on, but when you break it up into little strips it looks really, really nice. So we're going to put that one there. So again, I've got my finger and thumb here, so I know to put the glue up to that point on the back. And again, it's not really critical that these little gaps are exact, okay? It'll look fine at the end. You see how little glue I put on, and I did get a little bit oozing out there, so that shows you just don't need much. So again, I'm coming in and just trimming off those edges. And already it's looking pretty cool, isn't it? So I'm going to come on in with another black, and that will be, yeah, that's just enough there. And another red. Yeah, so this is all going according to plan. So I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler, because that's the colour here, to stamp my Christmas greetings. And that does stamp nice and crisply. A little bit of something on there. Always tempted to wipe things away, but if you blow, you're more likely not to get a smudge. Now I want something stamped here, so I'm just looking at the Trees for Sale stamp set and thinking I could put the little dog somewhere and his footprints. That might be that'll be fun. So let's grab the dog and the footprints. He should fit onto my small one there. The footprints should go on here. He's going to be a little brown dog. So I'm going to do our little dog in soft suede. And I'm going to do the prints in crumb cake. And they can go across the greeting, that's okay. And he can have gone all over the place, can't he? He kind of just wandered around this card anywhere he liked. So to tone in what we've done already, I'm going to take some cherry cobbler cardstock and I'm going to cut it so that I'm going to leave myself an 1/8 of an inch border all the way round. So that frames that really nicely. But I am going to gut this so that I don't waste cardstock. So let's just grab my trimmer. I find it easier to use it sideways. So I pop it on the 1/2 inch mark here. Bring it down to the 1/2 inch mark on my ruler here and go down to 5 1/4. Leave it there, lift it, turn it 180, come back, and then go back up to the 1/2 inch mark, and then come back this way, go down to the 4 3/8, back on the 1/2 inch mark, just think 1/2 inch all the way, and then that gives you your frame. So I've now got a piece of card that I can use. These just go back in my card little folder. I'll show you what I do. I keep all my card in a folder like this, labelled with the colour. All the bits go in there. So whenever I want a piece of cherry cobbler, I can go in there and usually find the size I want or size I can cut to size. Okay, so that's going to sit on there. And I think you'll agree that that looks really nice. So we've got, I can glue all the way around there knowing that there's plenty of room for it to sit on. Okay, you don't have to worry about going over the edges or anything. It'll be fine. And then we've got quite a nice little design there. And then this can go on to a card base. So I can pop this on straight. I can pop it on at a jaunty angle. I can do what I like with it. On this occasion, I am going to put it on straight. So I think it's going to go like that. And I think I'm going to put some Christmas trees across the bottom. So I'm going to glue it to start with so that it's in position. So I'm going to bring the piercing mat in so that I've got a good surface to stamp on, because these are photopolymer. We'll have these so they're coming off the bottom. And I'm going to use all 3 sizes inside. So I'm going to stamp the background with Pear Pizzazz. But when I say background, I mean the solid image. So on with my Pear Pizzazz. Make sure it's really inked up well. And I'm going to stamp probably 3, I think. So I've just re-inked that Pear Pizzazz and it's come out really dark. So then I'm going to come in with the next size down. And again, I'm going to stamp like so. And then I think I will finish off with the small ones. I want these to be, the trees to look like there's lots of them there, not just the odd couple. Let's just overlap that one there. And then put the lid on that one. And then I'm going to come in with Evening Evergreen, picking up the colour of this one, and put the detail in. So this was the larger one, wasn't it? So this just really brings the tree to life. I think I used the same one on there, didn't I? But I didn't need to. So just use this little one. In here. And that finishes it off and makes it look like we've got a nice forest growing at the bottom there. Now, if you want to add a little bit of something, we can pop some sequins here and there just to finish this off. This is the greens pack. So these are nice because there's some twinkly ones, there's some plain ones, some really good assortment. So if I just shake, I was going to say a few, shake a few in there, into there, and then use a pickup tool. And let's just put a little bit of glue here and there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that's enough. I'm trying to get a different one each time. So I think we'll go for 2 more. And we'll perhaps have 1 here. Let's go for a nice sparkly one there. And I think maybe 1 here. And this is a nice little pearl, actually. This might look quite nice. Just something a bit different. I bit too much glue on there, but if you just stick that one, as soon as it's not moving. Just go around with your fingernail and you can remove that bit of glue. Okay, so that's today's card. So it was using those leftover strips of paper and the Trees for Sale dies. And I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please give me a thumbs up to show that you like my channel and the video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and share this amongst other like-minded crafters. If you want to purchase anything I've used today, or indeed anything that are in the current catalogues, you can find a link to my online store in the description box below. Also in that description box below, there's a link to the current Stampin' Up catalogues, which are the mini catalogue, which is running from July until the end of December this year, and of course the annual catalogue, which runs until the end of April next year. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye for now.